Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Mukakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters out there onto this life, foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. And just a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua. Just a few thoughts in my mind. Something I was pondering, was it today or yesterday, as I was driving. Just had some thoughts, just, stir up in your mind and so forth. The thoughts I had that was stirring up in my mind, was not the attitude or the demeanor of us brothers that's in this truth of ours, that's been in this truth for a while now. And how when we first came in, how we brothers was more fiery, more into the carnal side of things, and seeing things in a carnal sense. Yeah, that's what it is. All right, seeing things in more carnal sense, quick to, not to get into I'm not talking about getting into fights or anything like that. Just seeing things in a carnal sense, and not seeing things in a spiritual sense. And from that point on, from the time that you come into the side, from the audience to the to actually go out there and teach. As you go out there and teach, you still got the ways, the old man that's just dwelling in your mind, or how to do things, or how to be. And it takes a while. It takes a while to get rid of it, get rid of those thoughts, to get rid of those ideas in your head. And overall, and through the process of time, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, brothers grew tremendously to the point of you don't see things in a carnal, fashionable way anymore. You see things in a spiritual way. A true growth just has taken place. And you can tell the way the demeanor of brothers, and how brothers see things and do things. It's not like how you did it before, and you have to grow in this thing of ours. All right, you have to. Without growth, you stay stagnant. If you stay stagnant, you're not in it. So you have to grow. You have to become a better person, a better you. And that's what this truth is all about. It's truly about bettering you. So as I was sitting there thinking about small little things about like that, which is not small, is major, because exactly what I'm thinking of, it was this particular scripture that came in mind. I'm about to bring it out. And that particular scripture that comes in mind has prepared us, and is still preparing us for the times to come. So our thoughts were more into the carnal side, even though we was born again. And then as we come into this truth, we grow, and our spiritual growth grew. And this is all because the Lord put us in a certain path that other people, that He actually, in actuality, He put everybody in the same path. It's just that it resonated with us more because through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord's dealing with His men. All right, and the mindset that we always had, compared to now, where we can actually smile more. We actually could be more excited because we live in some exciting times. And that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, people starting to get frustrated. They're starting to get more angry. You can clearly tell the way people drive, the way people act, like they wanted to spaz out at any moment because things are just not going their way. And you can sit there and you look at it like, why are you acting like that for? That's how I look at them. Like, why are you acting like, that's like they can't talk. They losing it. Why are they losing it for? Because they was always in the wrong spirit. See, the two contrasts of spirits, everything has to be a balance. So while the world was enjoying, the people of the world was enjoying themselves and doing all types of mad, having fun. Fun was not part of our vocabulary. Fun was doing this. You know, it's like that kid. Everybody else is outside playing whatever, but you got that one kid that's in the house studying. You know, parents got him studying. And everybody else is outside is like, yo, come out and play. I said, nah, I can't come and play because I got to study. So as these kids grow up, as they grow older, the kids that have been playing them their whole life, they still be playing. While that kid been studying, time to time, he could play a little bit here and there, but whatever he's been studying, he's become an expert at it. And normally in this world, that person will have a career and they'll have a good job and so forth. Well, that's us, you know. And just to prove that real quick, I know it took me a while to get to that, but it's just a lot of thoughts. Ecclesiastes 7:2. It's better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. And that's what the mindset every man at GMS has been. All right, we've been in the house of mourning. All right, let's look up the word mourning. Mourning is by, let me see, no, that's by Ibel, mourning for the dead, for rituals of mourning, metaphorically mourning, great period of mourning. So while the world was having a good time, the people of the world was having a blast and enjoying what they considered life is, we've been in the house of mourning. All right, we've been in the state of mourning for a long period of time. And what's happening to us through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the Lord is removing us from the house of mourning. It's funny because if you really analyze it, it's kind of deep. How the Lord is really taking us away from the house of mourning, even though we are going to physically be affected by the times to come. We are more in exciting times than ever. We're more happier. Okay, why? Because the prophecy is being fulfilled, and we know that the state that we were was a temporary state. Now everybody else that's been feasting and having a good time, clubbing and enjoying themselves, enjoying life, they starting to get frustrated. Now they starting to mourn themselves. All right, so you have two groups of people going in the opposite direction. All right, the world's going in the opposite direction. It says, "For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart." La meaning his mind. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. And that's deep. How can you be sad and your heart be made better? Well, when you're being rejected from everything, from the world, and you're not part of the world, you know, it's easy to reject the current present world. And as your countenance was sad, your mind it knows how not to have, who to detach yourself from, when to detach yourself from it. All right, we don't carry baggages because the baggage that we thought was something that was holding us wasn't really nothing. It was just filled with emotions. And you know, your attachment to family is one attribute that could keep you down. Matter of fact, this is a whole bunch of scriptures that could keep you down a lot. There's nothing wrong with caring about your family, but your family is not going to be the ones to aid you in the time to come. All right. Let me see before I lose my thought. Yes. 2 Ezra 14:14, it says, Let go from thee mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of men. Put off the weak nature. So that in itself is a whole mouthful, because you let go from the mortal thoughts. What is mortal thoughts? Mortal thoughts is your family members. Mortal thoughts is your bills. Mortal thoughts is your maybe your health. These things you worry about, because mortal meaning death. All right, the things of the flesh that keeps you here, that keeps you attached to the world. Well, your spirit is trying to be let free. All right, so let go of the things of this world. Let it go. And this is why I said cast away the burdens of men, and that's part of being in this world. Being in this world, these things is burdensome. All right, it's anchoring your spirit. So put off now the weak nature. All right, and the weak nature is your emotions. Let me see if I lose my thought. So the sadness of your countenance, it betters you, because why? It takes away, it strengthens that weak nature. It takes away the idea of mortal thoughts, period, things of this world. All right, because we know that our surroundings and the people of our surroundings, if they're not with this truth, they're gonna die. There's nothing else we can do. We can't do nothing for these people. Our main concern is supposed to be for ourselves and appeasing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right, and the way we connected to the Lord, Psalms, it's all 34. Psalms 34 and 18. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. So a broken heart meaning a broken mind. The word heart for there in the Hebrew is lab. So it's talking about your mind. Okay? Because the world that we live in, it shatters you. And there's no repairment. Well, you see what people, the way people act and so forth, they're not acting as something that's cured. They're just acting over impulses, emotions, things of this world, this nature. All right. But once your heart, your mind is broken, and you have a crushed spirit, that's the moment that the Lord hears you. Because what are you going to do at that period in that time? You're going to pray. All right? You're going to pray to the Lord to get you out of that current situation that put you there. And at that moment, that's when the realization of the world comes. You know, that what do they call it, an epiphany? All right? That's when you realize a lot of things. The moments of truth. Okay? So that's the time that the Lord has really got to us and made us understand where we have to be at. So if you have a contrite heart, a broken mind, a broken spirit, a crushed spirit, you are going to be in the house of mourning. And eventually, being in the house of mourning is going to cure you of your thoughts. And it's going to make you at ease. It's going to make you feel better. All right? That you're not going crazy, that the things of this world is not right. These are the things that get to you. So what happens? Like I said, you pray to the Lord, and the Lord hears your prayers. Ecclesiastes or Sirach 35. And oh yes, good. It goes perfect hand in hand. 14. We start at 14. He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow when she poureth out her complaint. Which leads me to another scripture real quick. Let me get that real quick. Mark 12. And 42. Matter of fact, 41. And Yahushua set over against the treasury. And behold, how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mits, which are farthings, which is a measurement of if I'm not mistaken, the denarius, coin equal to half Antioch of worth. All right, so it's just a small measurement, like a penny today. All right, a Lipton, thin, a small brass coin equivalent to an eighth part of as, worth about 1/5 of a cent. So that's kind of less than a penny, because a penny is 1 cent. So that's 1/5 of it. It says, as the diverse of the same as something scale light that is a small coin. So when this woman put her money in, all right, this is what the Lord said, all right, which make a farthing. And he called unto his disciples and said unto them, verily I say unto you, that this poor widow have cast more in than all that which have cast into the treasure. So what was the Lord comparing? He's comparing, this woman gave all she had. All right. And that equivalent of giving all she had is far better than those people that have all the riches in the world. And that's how, when you come into this thing of ours, you give up everything. And what do? You give it all that you have. All right. So when you have a broken mind, a crushed spirit, that's when you at your best. Because that's when the Lord is dealing with certain of his people. All right. That's when you become closer to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's why, you have a thing that is balanced, where good things happen to you and they have bad things happen to you. That's to keep you honest and keep you level and balanced. All right. And the Lord told Paul that his grace is sufficient for him when Paul was trying to get rid of a thorn, because the Lord was keeping balance with Paul. All right. What was that? Let me get that. Oh yeah, yes. So Sirach 35:14, and he would not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow. So these are people that's been through things. All right. Somebody that don't have a father, because you need a father in the house, or you need a father in your life to guide you, to lead you to the right direction. So the Lord, there's a saying in the world, the Lord only deals with fools and babies or something like that. Well, that's the equivalent of saying the fatherless and so forth, because the Lord is going to deal with those, the poor of his people, more than the rich of his people. That's why Solomon said, neither give me poverty nor riches. At least, he'll forget the Lord, or he'll curse the Lord out. So he wants to be in between, the balance. That's what we need. It says, when she poureth out her complaint, do not the tears run down the widow's cheeks? And is not her cry against him that causeth them to fall? He that served the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayer shall reach unto the clouds. The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, and until it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. So what is this teaching us? This is teaching us that the state that we are in was always the right way to get us to that point. And the Lord, by going through the thing of poverty, the thing of, not having and being crushed, and your spirits being crushed, it leads you to an honest clean slate. It keeps you humble when you realize, like, look, I did wrong and everything like that. So I have nothing to really, be upset about, because it's my fault, and it's that humble state. And when that period comes, the Lord He hears your prayers. The scriptures clearly tells you. Matter of fact, Revelations 8 and I believe it's 8, 11. No. It's in the 8th chapter. I think the 4th verse. Yep. Let me start at 3. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense which came with the praise of the saints ascended before the Most High out of the angel's hand. So when you light up an incense and it smells good and so forth, that's the scent. That's like how the Lord smells and hear our prayers, man. So the Lord wants that. That's why He put overall all Israel into this punishment state. But like the scripture says in Baruch, I'm all over the place, but it is what it is. Spirit. Baruch 4. Not 4. No, 2 and. I'm sorry, it should be 3rd chapter. And there should they remember themselves? Baruch. Yeah, 3. Shouldn't be 3, it should be 2. 2nd chapter. Oh. Baruch 2. It is the 2nd chapter. Baruch 2 and 30, sorry. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of the captivity they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, but I will give them a heart and ears to hear. So, how we was going to remember ourselves? The Lord's going to put it back into our memory. So we have to be in that crushed, a punishment state, that crushed state, that mourning state. So since we went to mourning, and every man, woman, and child tried different avenues, mainly men and women, tried different avenues to get this pain off. And you hear this word, those that are designed to hear it, what do? You change your ways. All right? A righteous man will hear this. As scripture says in Psalms 119 and 8, or 19 and 9, sorry. When shall a young man cleanse his way? By the word of the Most High. So you change your ways, and then at this moment, at this time, that's when your prayers be heard. All right? So when you go out there, you give it all that you got. The Lord is dealing with, the scriptures clearly tells you, because this is one of the Habakkuk 2 and I think it's 4. It said, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. By whose faith? By having faith in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? The just will live by faith, and that's what we do. Showing you that everything has happened for a reason. All right? Everything happens for a reason. To be put in the state that we are in, to get out of it, and to be calm, cool, collective, while everybody else is losing it. They don't know what to do. They just, in a pitiful case, they a lot of people just spaz out. The only way they can do it, and you, meaning brothers that's out there, being grounded, already been crushed, you know, because we constantly be beat down, raise up, beat down, raise up. Overall, this is going to lead us to this, and this is my last scripture. Isaiah 33:6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And stability, when you look it up, is Amma 1, which means faith. So our wisdom and the knowledge shall be the faith of the times, man. And strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So, hey, Barakatah Bashim Yahushua for going through the things that we went through to make us what we are. And consistently making us better. Refining. Hey, like the scripture says, gold is tried in the fire. Consistently getting tried. Consistently getting burnt and being built up. So forth. Because when all hell breaks loose, we're going to have the answers. These people are going to lose it. And we're going to be the pillars of everything when that time comes through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because the Lord has been dealing with us for a very long time. Alright? So count this as a blessing. Being in the house of mourning was a blessing the whole time. But these idiots, now they're going to feel it. And we're going to be laughing at them. Like the scripture says. We're going to be eating. We're going to be drinking. We're going to be drinking wine. You know, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem. The Lord said, my servant shall eat. Alright? And this is why the Lord is building us up for that moment, for that time. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.